Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to Biscuit Live. Hey, we said we would make it a reality, and we did. We tried this last week. It worked really well. I did worry about sort of sitting and talking to myself because I don't usually do that. But I think in any situation, talking is it's kind of my thing. Welcome to the show. This is a catch up for half an hour just to tell you guys what I've been up to, what's going on in the town. We also have the star of the week later on in the show. It's only for half an hour or so, but so much has happened, so much is going on, and there's so much going to be going on. So it's really good that we're meeting up. And if you want to get in the comments, if there's anything that's going on this week that you want me to mention on the show, if you've got something that needs a special mention that's local, please just drop it in the comments and I'll mention it. And this will be collected and released as an audio show on Friday. So if you catch this halfway through, or you can't be bothered watching me on Facebook or YouTube, then you can download it or you can listen to it on the go on Friday. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give us a subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, there's a share button at the bottom there. Just give that a share. It's great. Right, let's get on with the show. Because I've been up to so much, like it's been such a busy week. Last time I met you last week, I was getting excited because I was going to be speaking to the mayor, and I did that. Did I upload my picture? Here we go. Look, this is what happens. I get and trust myself with tech. And so yeah, I interviewed the mayor, Councillor Elizabeth Roberts, and she's fantastic. It's really nice to meet her finally. It's really nice to meet. It's like the third mayor in a row that Shrewsbury's had that's just so down to earth. I'm only saying that because I didn't get to speak to the mayor before Phil Gillen, by the way. But mayors are just down to earth. They're just normal people, and that's the idea behind speaking to the mayor every year. Is that you guys get to see the human element behind a political figure like that? Well, I say a political figure. They're meant to be politically unaligned and stuff. But it was really nice to chat to her. And I'm just uploading my picture. I'm trying to buy a bit of air. This is the thing, right? When you're on your own, there's nobody else to sort of fill the air while you're doing these things. Here we go. There's the picture. I'm wearing the same T-shirt that I am today. I have washed it. I promise. I just really like the T-shirt. So she was a fantastic guest. That will be released on Monday because the reason I'm holding it back is because there's been so much happened at the weekend. Wow. So I had my lad over, Alfie. It was really nice. And he lives in Wrexham, so I went and grabbed him. And he came along with me, Timmy, and Kaz. The two festivals that were going on this weekend. And one was the food festival, and the other one was Comic Salopia. And I would have loved to have covered both fully, like for the whole weekend, because they're both 2-day things. But I can't be in two places at the same time, and I think both events had their own merits, if you know what I mean. So I think it was better the way I did it. One day at one event, one day at the other. But let's start with the food festival. It was a lot. It was a lot. I walked over 2 miles. It was in the quarry. There was lots of people. I'm looking at the pictures I've just uploaded now, and yeah, they don't really do it justice. There's Timmy there, bottom left, and Alfie in the middle there. Love food. Shropshire Festivals always put on a hell of a party. There was live music. There was a smell of food in the air. There were thousands of people, local vendors and traders. There were people from all over the shop, really. TV chefs, sort of mingling amongst the normal people. There were demonstrations from chefs. There were also cook-alongs, which were really, really fun. I got a picture of one here. I covered the cook-along with Jean-Christophe Novelli, who's he's a great guy. He was there last year. He remembered who I was. We had a good chat. If you want to catch the cook-along and see what that's like, I recorded his whole session and released it as its own thing on YouTube. So go check that out. I just want to say hi to Jane, who's in the chat. Hi, Jane. I love you, mate. Hope you're okay. She says, Al. Yeah, it's me. And she says she missed the food festival. It is a great event. If you've ever been on the fence about going, it's really nice. The vibe is just so good. The live music was great. And I had a great time. Let's go through some of the pictures, though. I did this thing, right? So here's me chatting to, this is Mary from London. She came up from London, and she was loving Shrewsbury. Said it's a really nice place. I have this new thing, and I'm calling it a biscuit run. I like it, biscuit run. So what I do is I get my microphone, I hit record, and I just go. Right, no uninterrupted audio for after. In my head, I'm going, I need X amount of interviews, and we're just going to walk up to people and be like, I got a microphone, can I come and say hello? And they talk to me, a bit like Martin. Is it Martin Brundle does it on the Formula One? Goes up and down the grid, speaks to people with a mic live. It was so much fun. I did 2 of them, and the interviews I got were fantastic. Some people are like, no, don't do that to me, but that's I appreciate that. You know, not everybody wants to speak to us. So that's what I did there. His Micro Baby, they're great guys. I was blowing kisses to him off on the stage. What's this one? Yeah, that's Jean-Christophe Novelli doing a demonstration. It's really funny. During his demonstration, the rain just came down. It went absolutely nuts. And I was walking around with my camera trying to do, there's like a square of independent sort of traders. And I was trying to do the whole square in one swoop with my camera so I can speed it up and do all the fancy stuff I do with the vlog. And the rain just came down. And everybody huddled under all the tents. And Jean-Christophe Novelli, his demonstration tent is a really long tent, but everyone just pushed in, squeezed in, and it was like the busiest. So they were getting dry and enjoying his demonstration at the same time. It was fantastic. Jane says she's got to go. How dare you have a life? No way. I love you, mate. Hope you're having a great day. So yeah, that was that. There were animals there. There was alpacas here. There were cows and pigs that you can go and see. I want to say thank you to Liam Tinsley from Beefy Boys who gave Alfie and Timmy a hat. That was really cool. Didn't give me one though. Just saying. Yeah, could have. Nah, I love you very much, mate. It was really good. And so yeah, that was the food festival. And now I've released the audio today, but I haven't advertised it. I got all my interviews, put them into a podcast, and I call it a medley. And there's a collection of interviews. It's out now, but I haven't shared the link yet on social media. I've been doing so much, working so hard. When you collect all this content, you know, there's so many things you got to do with it. There's TikToks that's got to be made. There's obviously the audio. There's a vlog as well. There's the graphic design and stuff. So yeah, I will share the link possibly tomorrow, but it's out now. So if you subscribe to me on Apple Podcasts, you can get it from there. Okay, so that was the food festival. And I want to say a huge thank you actually to the guys at Shropshire Festivals. They do an amazing job, and they have so many hurdles to jump over and so many challenges to face. But they always make people smile. They always bring a lot of happiness to the town. Now, I've got to find an email now because I was chatting to Claire from Shropshire Festival. She wanted me to mention something. So let me just find that. This is the typical Whiteley style, kind of half prepared today. So yes, did you know that they're doing the Queen's Baton Relay, which is part of the 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth Games, and it will be passing through Shrewsbury on the 18th of July, and people can come and cheer on the baton bearers. But more importantly, the council have enlisted Shropshire Festivals to organise a free family festival event in the quarry, where there will be music, street food, and local community sports and groups doing their thing and offering taster sessions. So this is free. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link here because Claire sent me a link. I'm going to put it in the chat so you can get your tickets here. Look, wow, there you go. It's in the chat. Click that link. You can get yourself a ticket. It's for free, and enjoy a day there celebrating the Queen's Baton Relay. So that is happening on the 18th of July. Right. So yeah, like I said, there you go. Perfect example of the things that the guys at Shropshire Festivals do. They do for a great party. The next day was Comic Salopia, which is awesome. Shane Chebsey is a great guy. He brings some of the world's biggest comic book artists and writers, and you know, producers as well, publishers, should I say. There's a problem with Comic Cons at the moment that they've become so like big that when you go to if you've ever been to a big Comic Con, maybe there's one in Telford, the Wales Comic Con in Telford, which I've never been to, by the way, guys. If you're organising that again, Anyway, if you go to one of them, it's usually all Netflix stars, TV stars, people that have been on Star Trek, which are great. They have their purpose, and people really enjoy them. It's all wall to wall with Funko Pops and little trinkets you can buy. And the comic book artists are usually pushed to the back, which is not fair. I've seen that before. I have been to other Comic Cons and seen that there's a writer's corner right at the back. You know, you got to wade through Funko Pops to get to them. Well, Shane likes the idea of celebrating the artists, the people that make comic books, that created the culture, and you know that are at the forefront of the kind of geek culture. And so he did this a few years ago. It's a biannual event usually. And of course, the COVID hit, so it's been a long time since Comixolopia has kind of rocked into town. And yeah, I got some great pictures. I only went there for a couple of hours. Got some great interviews. That episode is already out. You can listen to all my no, it's not Friday. There you go, tripping over my content. Friday, that's out, and it sounds amazing. Here is me with Len Sultana, great guy. He does lots of panel hosting things at Comic Cons. Here's me with Dave Gibbons. He's the co-creator of Watchmen, artist for Watchmen, one of the highest grossing comic books of all times. There's been movies, TV series made out of him. Absolute legend. I'm so lucky to have interviewed him and got him to sign a book of mine as well. This guy here, I didn't get his name, but Charlie Adler drew a Trump zombie thing there for on the Walking Dead comic. I thought that was really cool. It's Joel, Dungeon Master. He does a lot of D&D in town. Very good friend of mine. Came and said hello. I said I want to get his off. He goes, I'm going to make myself look really sad. I was like, oh, okay. I think it's a really cool picture. These guys walking through Shrewsbury, dressed as Spider-Man, Deadpool there, and Timmy thought they were ace. I thought they were great. I had a picture of them too, and I was like, don't get any web on me. All right, it's fun. This guy is Andrew Lawden. Andrew Lawden is he was the stunt double for Liam Neeson in episode 1, Star Wars episode 1, so for Qui-Gon, and he does a Jedi fight school. And I was there, so I had him on USUC like 2 years ago during the pandemic, and we did this interview. It was really funny because his internet was really bad and he was breaking up and stuff. So it was nice to meet him in person and get a photo with him. And we had a really good interview as well. I did put a picture of me sort of sitting on the grass with him. That's cool. And what we did is we went round and we took this amazing copy of My Shrewsbury, and we got everyone to sign it. Well, Timmy did a great job. So look at that. It's fantastic. Dave Gibbons at the top there. Charlie Adlard's on there as well. Mike Perkins, there you see. And John Wagner. There's so many amazing signatures there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that framed, and I'll gift that to oh, look, there it is. There's me sitting there with Andrew Lawden, and there's Ollie McNamee and Dan Cornwell and John Wagner as well. John gave a great interview. And there's the final picture of me, Charlie Adlard, and my boy Alfie. You see my press badge there around Alfie's neck. We did not have anything for Charlie to draw on, so I was like, just draw my press badge, but I'll need it back, otherwise I'll get kicked out. But he took that home with him. He's very smitten with that. So there we go. Comixolopia was fantastic. And if you ever want to get involved with anything that Shane does, please do, because he's always looking for help. He does a great job. What we got next? So yeah, there's so much coming up in the summer. There's festivals, events, but sometimes it's really good to take a look at the people that are doing the good things, the good things out there. And this is a great story again. I got shared by Claire, Shropshire Festivals, and it's about this guy here. This guy is Alan Bateson. He's 43 years old, and he is doing something amazing. He's an ultra runner, and he's going to tackle a world record of running 870 mile. Running the 870 mile Welsh coast path in aid of charity Young Minds. 870 miles across the coast of Wales is a fantastic feat. So he's doing this on the 4th of July. And he's going to be trying to do this in less than 21 days, for obviously the charity Young Minds. obviously he's going to be doing this in 5 days' time. I haven't got time to organize an interview and get it out of him because I've only just found out about this thing. So I'd love to interview him either after this or if he has a day. And I don't know how we're going to do this, but I really want to speak to you, Alan. I think you're doing a fantastic job. And that is just I couldn't run to the shop and back. Never mind 870 miles. So well done, buddy. Well done. I really do appreciate that. What a great effort. Now, if you've been walking through town, you may have noticed there's some strange artifacts showing up. And yeah, that it's blowing my mind some of the stuff that's showing up. We are in the midst of the Shrewsbury Arts Trail. This is something I've got to get a grip of myself, but it's on for a few weeks. But I will be. I'm having a few days off away from the podcasting as soon as the weekend was so busy. So I've had a few days off. But next week I'm going to be diving full into the Arts Trail and what's going on there, finding some interviews, and there are some really cool things being put together. So this is there's a giant egg, and if you've been in the Dingle today, you may have seen Excalibur sticking out of the Dingle Lake, and these are designed by superstar sculptor yeah. Sorry, my internet's playing up. This is all done by superstar sculptor. On his name, I feel really bad. This is a live show. See, this is the thing, right? When you do a live show, I think it's Andrew. We're gonna find out everything that's going on with the Shrewsbury Arts Trail anyway. But these things are fantastic. There's so much going on that we've got to find out. We've got to dip our toe into that. And also as well, you may have seen these things as well. They're everywhere around town. And there's these cards that you got. I've got to get mine off the fridge. But Andrew Logan, by the way, there you go. There's the sculptor Andrew Logan. He's very famous. It's a name trend. I meant to put it on my thing. Andrew Logan. He's a famous sculptor. He's got a museum here, and he's doing the sculptures. But yeah, these things here are amazing. They are called Beat the Street, and it's a very popular immersive game that's going around a lot of towns. And the idea is you scan your card on one spot and then you go to another spot and another spot. And what it does is gets you out, gets you exercising, and it gets you seeing parts of the town you might not normally see. So these are everywhere. And you can get maps and you can find out where all the points are. And the idea is you can walk, you can cycle, you can run, but you've got to try and beat time. So you can put a team together and you can challenge each other. So beat the street. So it says here, I got an article here from My Shrewsbury, by the way. You should definitely support My Shrewsbury. They do a great job. Whether you enjoy the actual physical magazine or whether you enjoy it online, definitely support it. It says here, Shrewsbury would be transformed into a giant, free, fun game that everyone can come and play. All you have to do is register online at Beat the Street and download a map. You can walk, cycle, run, or roll from beat box to beat box, collecting points as you go. Turn every journey into a game. How cool is that? So if you're looking for something to do at the weekend, you can go out there and beat the street. It looks like a lot of fun. We've got a comment. Shane says, "Hey, how's it going, Shane? I've just been talking about you and Comic Salopia, sharing pictures. So yeah, if you do ever want to get involved with anything that's going on with Shane, just give him he's always looking for people to help him out, and the events he's put together are fantastic. And look at this that we got for you, Shane. Get everyone to sign that copy of My Shrewsbury. Fantastic. Yeah, so Beat the Street looked really cool. And Andrew Logan is put stuff together for the Shrewsbury Arts Trail. Big egg. I really like that egg. It's just amazing. There was a video of them dismantling that thing. It's huge, and I couldn't ever be trusted with something like that. I'd have dropped it. Can you imagine that falling off? Oh my god! But yes, make sure you go check out these things. I want to get a picture of that Excalibur in the Dingle. Right. Okay. So every week I want to give someone a shout out. Now I don't know if I've got a thing here, but I know I haven't uploaded it. I usually got a video that says Star of the Week or Story of the Week, anything that needs a particular mention. And you guys can get in the comments as well if you think anybody needs a good pat on the back or the story you really like the look of. Get in the comments, or you can send them to me in advance for next week. But we have a special shout out for this guy. This is Stan Sedman, and if you're local to Shrewsbury and you've done tours of the town, you will know who Stan is. He is for the love of Shrewsbury, and he is an amazing guy. There has been a group that's been put together called Stan the Man Appreciation by Lorraine Fletcher. This is because Stan, who has been doing these tours for many years, he's hanging up his touring boots. He's decided that he's been doing it enough, which he has. He's done a great service to the town, and he wants to rest for a bit. So he's not going to be doing his tours anymore. But I've got to say, on behalf of everybody from Shrewsbury, thank you so much for everything you've done for this town, Stan. You've done an amazing job in keeping the culture alive and the history. And you know what? I'm not a history buff. I do cover a lot of history things on the Shrewsbury Biscuit. I love history now, and that's because of people like you, Stan. You inspire people, and not just that. I spoke to Lorraine and I asked her because every time he doesn't charge as such for the tours. He asks for donations, and the donations go towards charities. So all this stuff he's done voluntarily, and over the years, he's raised an amazing £11,650 in donations to different charities. I've seen him giving out charities for all sorts of people this week. So, well done, Stan, an absolute legend. And every time I've worked with Stan a few times. When we did our first interview at the parade, Stan was the first person we interviewed at that studio, and I said to him, I reckon you could come in and do a chat with us, find out a bit about you, and maybe learn a bit of history about the building. Do you know much about the parade? And he came and he brought cue cards. He'd done research. Well, he knew enough already. If you know Stan, you know how clever he is. And we sat and he did that. And every time I ask him to help me out with some historical work, he'll bring cue cards. He'll do the work professionally. He's just an amazing guy. I can't say enough about Stan. I could sit here and talk about him all day. Shane says Stan helped us fact check our story for the comics trail last year. He was a huge help and saved us some blushes. Oh wow! Mark Fielden says great job, Stan. And Shane says Stan is a legend. He really is. And it was really funny because we did an interview. So Stan already knew that he was like kind of stepping away from the tours. He mentioned it on the interview we did with Andy Dawson and Phil Gillam at the Old Market Hall. Great interview did, and he mentioned on the podcast he was stepping away from that. But Andy was telling me that he'd never met Stan before, but he knew who he was because you could see him. He'd walked up to a group of people and he was telling them history about the Old Market Hall, and they were amazed by what he was talking about. And that's just Stan naturally being Stan. Love him to bits. And you know what? I've put together some new voice tours. There is I'm gonna find it. Podbean with original Shrewsbury, with Shrewsbury Bid. I'll put together some new voice tours. There were some that were out before. I did one of Old St. Chad's, one of St. Mary's, one of the Castle, and one of Bear Steps. Now I've done 5 more, and it's to get people moving around the town and learning about history. And I wanted to make some tours so people could rock up on a boat, no, on a train, and learn a bit about history, take themselves off. And I'm trying to Shrewsbury stories. There we go. Shrewsbury stories. We got this ready. Shrewsbury stories. Shrewsbury open stories. There we go. That's a really old picture of me on Bear Steps with Beth Heath, which is pretty cool. So we have one here. If I click here, and then I can share the screen. Sorry, I should have got this ready. I wasn't originally going to talk about it, but here we go. Here is Shrewsbury Stories. It's a collection of the voice tours. They're free. You don't need to pay anything for them. And there's a collection here of 4 of them already. So we've got Medieval Shrewsbury with Bibbs Cameron, the Shrewsbury Castle with Nigel Baker, Old St. Chad's with Maggie Love, and St. Mary's Church Rob Milton. I've done 5 more. 5 new ones, and I'm going to release them on Friday. We did, let's see if I can remember now, we did a Wild Cup from Milk Street down to the English Bridge with Nigel Baker. We did Grove Lane, which is fun, a really fun one because I had to bleep out the swear words because Nigel wants to do it properly. Stan did a great one of the library, which was, again, amazing. We also did, oh my God, I don't remember. I edited these. What else did we do? It's gone out of my head. We've done 2 more, so they can come out on Friday. Do you know what it is? I haven't got a drink with me. Usually, I have a drink and I sip, and I kind of just take my time with these things. I kind of just blasted myself in the face with this today. I've kind of thrown myself off. But yes, they're coming out, and Stan's amazing. Shrewsbury's amazing. There's lots going on. What are you guys up to at the weekend? I'm trying to look for something to do on Saturday. I want to take my wife out for a date. My son's out camping, so I was like, hey, why don't we do a thing? So we're trying to find something that's going on. There's so much noise out there at the moment. There's Heel Festival, and there's other things going on. I don't know what I'm going to do at the weekend. I think I'm just going to go watch Top Gun at the cinema. I've heard that's good. Go have some food. But yeah, there's where's my notes? I'm taking my notes off now. Here we go. What have we got coming up? Okay, so I've got many people I want to be speaking to soon. I want to give a shout out to got my emails here. It was where are they? It's really hard when you're on your own. You can get your there we go. Rock Choir, Valerie from Rock Choir got in touch with me. They're doing some amazing stuff at the moment, and they reached out to me. I absolutely love. I met those guys at the Light Switch once. Rock Choir, absolutely fantastic, and I'd love to speak to you guys. So I'll be reaching out probably tomorrow to organize an interview, and also the Hive as well. I was chatting to Olivia at the Hive about the kids that are performing. Let me have a look here. The press release. Again, should have got this ready. So it says here, a creative project for young people aged 14 to 25 looking to pursue a career in the music industry will culminate in a multi-act event in Shropshire on Saturday, the 9th of July. In the past 15 months, participants of the Hive Young Performers project run the Hive Arts charity in Shrewsbury and funded by Arts Council England have been engaging in a series of workshops, masterclasses, and shadowing opportunities led by experienced music industry professionals. And on the 9th of July 2022, they will put their newly acquired skills in sound engineering, artistic programming, PR, and marketing into practice to stage an event of music at the Hive. Now, the idea is that we are meeting with these kids and we speak to each other on the podcast about this event. Obviously, it's 9th of July, so it's going to be very hard to organize that. But I'd love to speak to these kids. They're creative. They're going out there. They want to do this. So I want to find out a bit more. So I will be working a bit more with the Hive with that. Also, as well, I'm going to be chatting to Carl from KG Theatre as well. They're going to be doing some pantomime stuff. I haven't spoken to Carl. We meant to speak to each other today, but I've been so busy with the podcasting stuff that I want to work with him. I also want to apologize. I gathered some content for him earlier in the year. We did like a vlog and some photos and stuff, and I've kind of just sat on it. I haven't really been able to do anything with it, so apologies for that. But we'll work on it as a way of I messed him about, so we'll put something together and we'll help him out with pantomime. He was a great guest on the show. Go back and listen to KG Theatre with Kyle. He's a great guy. Right, I'm going to get out of here because I feel like I've just rambled for the last 5 minutes. Well done, Stan, for being Star of the Week. If you do have somebody that you want to nominate for Star of the Week for next week, please just drop me a message on Facebook. I'm sure we can arrange something. My throat is gone. It's really hard talking, really hard talking. You may see me at events coming up soon. There's lots going on. Battle of Shrewsbury is not far away. There's obviously the baton relay as well that I just mentioned. There's so much there. So if you do see me doing a biscuit run, I love that biscuit run, just walking towards people with a mic. Don't be scared to come and say hello. I'm usually better than this. Finally, Pod Aid is back. We start a 24-hour live podcast for charity to raise money for Lincoln Davis. We start 9 a.m. on the 29th of September, and we carry on all the way till 9 a.m. on the 30th. We don't stop. We have 24-hour-long guests. This week, I know I said I'll take a step away from interviewing, but I want to finalize my guest list and get everyone confirmed and booked in. With 24-hour-long guests, we've got some great guests to bring you. We've still got a couple of gaps I want to fill up, but I will get that finished by the week. We also have 24-hour-long advertising slots available. So if you have a company, if you have a band, if you have a thing, an event, or something you want to push, or just have a little bit of advertising, the show does have a reach of last time we reached thousands of people locally and around the world as well. I've had the conversation about the point of someone advertising for something that goes international. Well, the thing is, during the day, a lot of the UK listeners will be listening locally, and then there'll be a point where people can't stay awake any longer, and the UK resident listeners will switch off, and America will come to life, and then we'll advertise. So, if you've got a business that offers things internationally, whether it's a web like Web Orchard, for example, Web Orchard could do work with for clients abroad. So they might want some slots later on in the evening for the folks in America. What if you got things that are local? Afternoon slot. Look, it's a thing. I hate asking people for things, but it's literally £100, and for that £100, you'll get your logos displayed on the screen. You'll get a professional audio shout out with thanks on the thing. So we'll advertise your business, and all the money, every single penny, goes towards Linga Davis. Now you do the maths. If we sell 24 at £100 each, that's £2,400. So we got the ability there to really raise some good money for the charity this year. I'm going tomorrow to check out the venue. Love to stay. We've got a new venue. I'm really looking forward to seeing that tomorrow. We have a camera. Thank you to Charles and Heather from Micro Videos. They are absolutely fantastic, absolute legends. So thank you to them for helping me out with that. And we also have a product that we're going to be working with. I'm not prepared to announce it properly yet because I want to do it properly. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, we're working with such and such, and to really underplay it. I really like this product, and the owner of the product as well. So we'll find a way to announce that possibly next week properly. I'll speak to Reach, see what they can do. Right, I'm gonna go. I've been going for 36 minutes. It's meant to be a half an hour show. I've literally worked it on for half an hour. But if you watch, thank you so much for tuning in. Please, if I ask you just to give us a subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, please give this a share. This is meant to be like a good news thing, let people know what's going on around Shrewsbury. So the more people know about it, the more we can get the news out there. Mark says fab. Mark Fielden. By the way, make sure you follow Chords Crush Cancer on Facebook, Instagram, all the socials. Mark does a great job yearly bringing that and raising money to battle cancer, because we hate cancer. And I'll have to catch up with you soon, Mark. See what you're up to. Right, I'm going to go, and I will catch you guys next time. And this has been the Shoes Biscuit. I've been Alex Whiteley, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.